Feeling about the training this week?
Good week of training. Try to give us the time when you get that four a day lead into a game. You get to break up the week, pick some points that, based on our style of play, what we can continue to get better, but also get some things in there from what the opponent may bring and what we may see and how we can maybe break them down and also keep them from scoring.
What kind of messaging do you use when the team is in a defense or an offensive rut the way that the team is right now?
You got to keep going. I mean, there's so many positives, and I think for me, I'm an optimistic type of person. So it's half full all the time. You're doing the hard part. Well, it's hard to score, but I'm saying the grind, the stuff that people don't like to do, is the defending part, right? That's right. The collective part of that, keeping ourselves in games. I think it's 10 shutouts, if I'm not mistaken, for the year. And teams go through these moments. We've also been kind of, we get Jordan goes on a hot streak, then he gets injured, and then Raul got injured, So we're starting to get pieces back. Just lost Jordan, but we get Raul back. So there really hasn't been a rhythm with that 9. And when we did have that, we were scoring some goals. So it's staying positive and keep grinding out. It has to always turn in the upswing. I mean, that's and we're working on that as well. You got to put some work on it, but you got to also believe that it's going to happen.
How do you avoid players putting too much pressure on themselves to be like the guy who snaps this?
It's a hard question to answer. I would say the part that the coaching staff does is we're not there saying it every single day. We haven't scored. So we don't want to pile on any more pressures than they may already have. And our job is to then set up some exercises and the way we structure the team that we're going to get some opportunities. And I mean, right now, we've got an opportunity in the first 2 minutes against Orlando. If you score, what does it do for the fan base? And then the fan base gives us energy, and maybe we go and get a second. So it's just those little moments. But I also think there's a positive to not allow the goal the other way. So we just keep working. We don't pile on more stress and any of that type of stuff. This is what we do at training. This is how we want to get goals. And what I would call double down on that.
And what are you learning about the defensive side, or what do you think the team is learning about themselves through the defensive effort, and sort of knowing that there's not a lot of room for error?
I think they just believe in what we do. I don't think they're adding any stress on that end. We're like, we're not scoring, so we got to go in as a defense. So that's the opposite of what we're thinking. We're thinking higher line, start up there. We can also, Brian's been saying this week, manufacture goals. We can manufacture some goals by defending right, regaining the ball in a high part of the field. We can score some goals maybe off a throw-in play where the opponent's sleeping and we can throw it in quick, and we've gotten goals like that, or a set piece. So for us, it's no more stress on the defending. Keep doubling down on what we're doing. We know how to defend as a group. Sometimes you got to suffer in those moments, and then you got to just get that goal in the back of the net. I think some more goals will start happening.
How much do you guys spend time pondering or thinking? Maybe it's not just getting that goal, but maybe changing formations, maybe going to 2 strikers. Does that ever go through your mind, or do you guys just believe in the system?
There's a lot of discussion on things, but the reality is that, I think we've really talked about a style of play and a game model and what that looks as a structure when we have the ball and how we create chances. I think what you've seen, I don't know if you guys have picked out some moments where one of our pivots is now joined into the next line. So now in the final third, we have a 6th player instead of just your striker, pockets, and wide players. You're having a player now rotate, trying to figure out ways where Nuhu can also join in the attack on the wide channel, as opposed to just being in the build-out, in the 3 and plus. So again, you can't just throw everything at the opponent, because then you leave yourself vulnerable on the other side. So it's finding that right balance. So it's not changing formation, but maybe some rotations that can allow some more overloads that will maybe cause more problems for the opponent.
Absolutely.
Aside from, working on, scoring goals, or probably working on that throughout the week in practice, what other tactics and drills are you honing in on heading into Houston this weekend?
Yeah, we've done a lot of individual training this week. So you'll see Andy working with the guys right now. 2 days, was it yesterday? We did split group, 3 different groups. I took midfielders, we practiced scoring and all that type of stuff. But today was a defending session. We started with a little bit of tactics, how we want to defend a goal kick, middle third. And then, even though it's a small-sided game here, we put a little gate. You can see the red cones there that deny the middle part of the field, force everything out. So they're having fun on this phase. They don't like doing the other part. They have fun here, but we still can manipulate how we want to defend from there.